station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
It is beautiful outside right now, and a wintry mix is moving in that could make the Wednesday morning commute dangerous for some of you. And tomorrow's a DMV First Warn Day, so let's get you caught up on the weather with meteorologist Damon Matson. Damon, the sun is shining, but things could look a little bit different this time tomorrow.
I know, Mark. It's deceiving out there right now with how beautiful it really is. Doesn't look like a storm system is anywhere near us, but yes, by this time tomorrow, it will be a completely different story. There's a look at that satellite and radar picture. Again, we've had very clear skies through the morning, but the edge of the cloud cover from this next storm system is already starting to roll in here. Now, yes, we will notice a few more clouds, but the large majority of our afternoon is looking fantastic on this Tuesday, with temperatures that are going to peak right up near 50 degrees in most locations. And despite the fact that we're going to have a few additional clouds, that sunshine is going to continue to be fairly prevalent as we move throughout the day here. But again, there is a storm system looming on the horizon. Check this out. Down across the south central plains, that's where that storm system is currently located, producing some severe weather down across the Gulf Coast states. And then what you see here with this pink and purple expanding right through the Midwest into parts of the Mid-Atlantic, those are winter storm warnings and winter weather advisories, and that's right along the track of where this system is going to be. And if we zoom in a little bit closer, again, this is how you know it's a powerful storm system. We have the wintry weather on the northern side, and then a high chance for severe weather for our friends down across portions of Texas, Louisiana, into Mississippi and Alabama as well, where the chance for tornadoes is up there today across the southeast. But again, this is not a severe weather maker for us as far as it goes with tornadoes and thunderstorms. This has the potential, though, to produce some wintry precipitation, and much like we were talking about yesterday, this is mainly going to be a rain event for a lot of us. But there is going to be that brief time tomorrow morning where we have some snow and sleet mixing in. The big question is, where is this snow and sleet most likely to fall, and is it going to accumulate as it continues to come through? We'll answer all of those questions and more coming up in your full forecast here in just a bit.
All right, a look at the roads. So not for now, but tomorrow morning, if you have to deal with some of that weather that Damon was just talking about, 70 heading east and west, 81 north and southbound, 15 heading north and southbound. So in the Washington County, Frederick County area, Garrett County, you're dealing with slick road conditions out there. If in the morning, if you leave around, I'd say, I don't know, 5 a.m., Damon? 8 o'clock. Okay, so most of that rain and stuff will come after the rush hour, but after 8, just watch for that those slick road conditions. Now on 270, you'll see mostly rain, so you should be good.
All right, Shanika, thank you so very much. And to find all your weather coverage at any moment and all in one place, download our app. Just scan the QR code on your screen or search DC News Now Weather in your app store. Well, happening now, a new push for D.C. statehood. Moments ago, lawmakers in Capitol Hill rolled out a new path for Washington, D.C. to become the nation's 51st state. DC News Now's Randy Bass is live for us in the newsroom with what this means for Washingtonians. Good afternoon, Randy.
Yeah, Mark, it would have huge implications for Washingtonians, but this certainly isn't the first time Congress has taken up the issue of statehood. D.C. statehood's actually passed the House twice now, but this is the first opportunity senators are going to have to weigh in. Just moments ago, Senator Tom Carper of Delaware introduced that bill. By now, though, we all know the phrase taxation without representation, and those tax dollars are a big part of the push for statehood. D.C. residents pay more federal taxes per capita than residents of any other state. As a federal district, D.C. cannot tax the incomes of people who work here but don't live here. Recent reports estimate D.C. is missing out on about $3.2 billion in income tax. But Senator Carper and D.C. Mayor Bowser say it's not just about money, it's about equity.
At its core, this isn't truly a Republican or a Democratic issue. It's an issue of basic fairness.
This is not a power grab. This is none of us saying we want more than our fair share. This is about democracy and about us achieving our full rights as American citizens.
Now, if D.C. does become a state, it would incur more costs, like the cost of running its own court system and running its own jail. But that study did find that the financial benefits outweigh the costs. Mark?
Well, Randy, what are the odds of this actually happening, given the current political climate? It just seems like this could still be far away.
Yeah, Mark, you're exactly right. It's going to be a tough fight forward for lawmakers this go around. Democratic senators would need at least 9 Republican votes to break the filibuster. In the newsroom, I'm Randy Bass, DC News Now.
Randy, thank you. In Loudoun County right now, the attention on the transportation workers' strike this afternoon, and they're joined by some big names in the union. DC News Now's Lex Juarez joins us live with the latest.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mark. Actually happening behind me right now, the international president of the union is speaking with the workers. Now, this is a little delayed. It was supposed to happen about an hour ago, but they are now having that press conference that just started. So drivers here have until the end of this week to accept the current contract that Keolis is offering. That contract was offered almost 2 weeks ago, and this has been the scene here at the Loudoun County Bus Transit Center every day since. Workers joining together, picketing, talking about what they want to see from this company. Now, notably, that offer that's on the table, it includes a $2,000 signing bonus, a 10% wage increase, and an additional paid holiday for 8 holidays a year. But the drivers here say that the terms are unfair and don't match surrounding counties. So like I said, the international president is in there talking right now, getting everyone hyped up. They have been picketing since early this morning, just stopping to take a lunch break and then crowding around to listen to what he has to say right now. As far as the company is concerned, they tell me they have until January 27th, that's the end of this week, to accept those terms. Now, if they don't accept that contract that Keolis is calling the best and final offer, what's going to happen next is that an arbitrator from the national level is going to have to come out here and start working with them to get negotiations going to find something that works so that these workers start to go back and get on the bus lines. As far as those people who are, reliant on the public transportation system here in Loudoun County, well, Keolis tells me that they're working to have every bus line or as many bus lines as possible running, but they do have to check the county website every day. That's where they're updating exactly which routes are running and which ones are not. For now, live in Leesburg, I'm Lex Juarez, DC News Now.
New details on California's mass shootings, 3 in 3 days. 7 people recovering right now, and 1 person is dead from a shootout in Oakland last night. Witnesses told police the gas station shooting happened while a music video was being filmed. And hours earlier, about an hour away in Half Moon Bay, a man killed 7 farm workers at 2 different locations. Investigators believe the man also worked at one of the mushroom farms. They say they don't know the motive for Monday night shootings, but that the one suspect is cooperating. This is the moment that police arrested the 67-year-old suspect. Investigators say that he was found parked at a sheriff's substation. They found him sitting in a car and say that they also found the semi-automatic handgun. Our sister station in the Bay Area spoke with one witness who watched it all go down.
He seemed calm and quiet, and he was just quiet. It was shocking, and I was glad that it happened without incident. I was very impressed with the way the officers handled the takedown.
And we're following Saturday's mass shooting in Monterey Park. Police now say jealousy and a personal dispute may be motives. 11 people were shot and killed during a Lunar New Year celebration. Investigators say the 72-year-old gunman took his own life. Police also believe his mental health was unraveling in the last few weeks, and they say that he went to his local police department twice this month to say that he was being poisoned by family members. For the first time, we're hearing from a hero who disarmed the shooter, saving lives. He says wrestling the gun away has affected his mental health.
I am feeling well, have some trouble sleeping. I've been eating and, recalling the events of what happened, contemplating the incident. I would say that my mental health is recovering. I just hope those people that were affected mostly by this incident also can recover safely.
Well, we certainly wish him well during his recovery. That man right there, He is 26 years old, and he was watching the front door of one of the dance studios that belongs to his family. He says that the shooter's eyes were menacing and a primal instinct just took over. Well, back here in the district, 2 shootings in southeast D.C. last night. The first on Pomeroy Road. The second shooting occurred around midnight. It took place on 1st Street. Both victims are expected to recover. The shootings are under investigation. Well, Fairfax police have arrested a man they say carjacked several cars around the DMV, leading to a chase along the Beltway. Police tweeted this video of the chase showing the carjacking suspect in a black truck caught by police. They say the man carjacked a Chevy Tahoe and Honda during the pursuit. Well, people are trying to put a stop to sex trafficking, and they say that the DMV's locations with I-95 and 3 major airports makes it a hotspot. Here's what one Virginia nonprofit is doing about it. Nonprofit Reset 180 is using high-tech programming called Freedom Signal Reset 180. It scrubs the internet for sex trafficking ads in specific areas like Reston, Virginia. And the results in 2022, more than 148,000 online ads for sex service places within a 50-mile radius of Reston. The nonprofit is using the information to try and reach trafficking victims and offer help. Well, in transportation news this hour, Wes Moore's duties as Maryland's new governor are in full swing as talk of Interstate 270 expansion is well underway. The plans create under former Maryland Governor Larry Hogan. In order to ease congestion on the interstate, additional lanes would be built. The original price tag was close to $4 billion. Moore has to decide whether to greenlight the plan, which some observers say is unlikely. His first budget does include $500 million for extra transportation projects.